From the campus of North Carolina A&T State University in Greensboro, North Carolina, this is NABJ News.
Coming up on NABJ News, city leaders want to stop people from begging for money on the streets.
From inmate to entrepreneur, how an ex-felon launched a new life for herself.
Plus, her connection to Martha Stewart behind bars.
Good afternoon. I'm Julian Scrivens.
And I'm Siobhan Anderson, and welcome to NABJ News.
Right now, panhandlers in Greensboro must get a background check and wait 7 days before they can get credentials to ask people for money. Now,
the city's looking to strengthen those laws or eliminate the practice altogether. NABJ's Vernetta Jenkins has that story.
Joseph Franken would do anything he needs to get by each day. He's on the corner of Friendly and Morrow greeting motorists, hoping they will offer him some spare change.
Some people out here, because they're homeless, want money. Some people out here got bills to pay. Some people out here, like me, boom, I want to spread the word. And if I get blessed, I get blessed.
Franken is a part of a growing population in Greensboro of people on the streets asking for money. A few years ago, city officials put guidelines in place for panhandlers.
You got rules on a piece of paper, what you can do, how far you got to be from a place, and you follow the rules.
You need a license to stand on the corner and ask for money in Greensboro. And now, City Council is looking for ways to make that harder. A decision that some say could be a matter of life or death.
Like, I'm out here for a reason. This is my life depends on this. Like, if I don't get help from the people, like, I don't know where to go.
A small reminder that you can't solve a problem until you get to its roots. In Greensboro, I'm Vernetta Jenkins, NABJ News.
The next Greensboro City Council meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, March 25th.
Should parents be responsible for paying for their child's college education? An expert in the Wall Street Journal says parents should foot the bill to teach their children to work hard. The Department of Education says 1 in 10 students default on their loans within the first year.
The four-year degree just isn't what it used to be. New numbers show college students are now taking 6 years to graduate. Some students in North Carolina A&T say changing majors and financial hardships push back their graduation dates. A&T is just one university developing programs designed to encourage students to graduate faster.
Historically black colleges and universities across the nation are facing a financial crisis. Reporter Kiara Palmer spoke with North Carolina A&T students to see what challenges and struggles are hitting close to home.
Federal grants are dwindling, and some North Carolina A&T students are not aware that HBCUs are facing financial struggles.
Personally, I haven't actually heard that yet.
But junior engineer major Brandon Key has and sees those similar issues.
Due to the lack of financial aid, students aren't being able to stay in school. Some faculty even have been asked to step down, asked to leave, and that's not good because the lack of faculty means a lack of education.
This week, Senator Kay Hagan and the USDA allocated $2.7 million to A&T programs to help strengthen the school and its students. But Key says regardless of the funding, students should not be making excuses.
We need to make sure that we continue to strive for perfection, and be permanent in our studies. That's one big thing.
After repeated phone calls and emails, we didn't get a response from university administration by deadline. In Greensboro, I'm Kiara Palmer, NABJ News.
A man in New Jersey just admitted that he stole $460,000 in quarters. That's almost 2 million quarters. While working for the government as a building inspector, he had access to the room that held all the money collected from parking meters. A judge sentenced him to 5 years probation, and he literally has to pay every cent back.
Forbes magazine named 3 locations in North Carolina on its list of the fastest growing cities, and Greensboro is one of them.
NABJ's Jordan Carlisle tells us how some downtown businesses helped the Gate City make the cut.
And Lampkin didn't have to read a book to know that Greensboro was a growing city that would grow his business.
You have to have a love of downtown, a belief in that downtown might still work.
Scuppernong is a unique boutique that sells books, coffee, and wine. As more people move to Greensboro, more businesses like Scuppernong are reaping the benefits. After 1 month, Lampkin's customers keep coming back.
I have appreciation for the local and the independent aspect of this bookstore.
We're very interested in that personal one-to-one sale that the big store just can't do.
all that being said, Forbes magazine ranked Greensboro amongst the top 10 growing cities in the United States. Lampkin says he relies heavily on the strength of the surrounding stores.
Like I need Green Bean, which is a coffee shop. I need them to make it, even though we serve coffee. You know, I need all these places thriving, and we all do better if everyone's thriving.
In Greensboro, I'm Jordan Carlisle with NABJ News.
Did you know that working late at night could cause damage to your brain cells? Researchers say people who work graveyard shifts and other odd hours can cause permanent damage to the neurons in the brain. Researchers are hoping to create some kind of medicine that could help people who don't get enough sleep.
And Google's creating a smartwatch that can track where you are and give you the information based on your location. Google's working on a special software right now. One option, if you arrive at the airport, the smartwatch would deliver your boarding pass to you. Google designers say it can also respond to your voice.
Want to win the lottery?
Who doesn't?
Well, one man says it's possible to pick the winning numbers. We'll tell you more about his method.
When the sun comes out, the clothes come off. The excitement and frustration as we say goodbye to winter and hello to spring.
This is our world. It's a place of wonder, a place of opportunity. It's also a place that graduates of North Carolina A&T State University enter with grand ambition. Classrooms, hospitals, corner offices, laboratories. These are the places where our students flourish. It's proof our graduates leave here prepared for the careers that await them. It's why you'll find Aggies everywhere making a difference in the world.
In the College of Engineering, we build bridges from the simple to the complex. We have graduate and undergraduate programs in 6 departments. Our students and faculty study topics that touch your life today and affect your world tomorrow. In the College of Engineering, we make the future now. For more information, visit us online.
WXII 12 News is the only station with a dedicated weather and traffic team committed to your family's safety, covering the entire triad, using the latest technology, showing up to the minute drive times and road conditions. WXII 12 News has cameras on every major roadway, giving you the first look at area roads, having the only local radar, Super Doppler 12, showing you how the weather will impact your commute. WXII 12 News has more resources committed to keeping you safe.
The College of Arts and Sciences is the largest college at North Carolina A&T in terms of students, faculty, and number of courses taught. Our students gather to research the causes of climate change and meteorology, study human depression and social work and biology, and perform on Broadway. The university and community relax in the cradle of arts and sciences through WNAA, the University Gallery, our HDTV studio, and the award-winning University Marching Band. Visit us online.
A brutal winter of snow and ice left behind a trail of potholes and debris all across town.
And as NABJ's Deanna Reed found out, a lot of people are not happy with how long it's taking to clean up the mess.
Look at what's been left behind from several recent winter storms. Road damage like these potholes.
I'm pretty much afraid of driving through potholes because my dad, he's always told me, you know, don't drive over potholes too fast and things like that.
Torrin Harvin has a good reason to be afraid because she recently blew a tire after driving into a pothole.
And now I'm like, okay, I have to make sure there's no potholes in these streets.
Potholes aren't the only problem. We found fallen trees and branches, which caused an expensive headache for people at Shiloh Baptist Church.
I think it was about $1,000.
Money the church could have used in other ways.
It's a great sacrifice, but we do what we have to do to maintain our property.
We found potholes and storm debris all over the city of Greensboro, and it's going to cost you, the taxpayer, a lot of money to clean it all up. It's been difficult learning exactly how much money that'll cost because the city didn't respond to us by our deadline, but one thing is for sure, folks are ready to see this mess off the streets.
So I'm sure at a particular time, everything will be cleaned up in Greensboro because it's a beautiful city.
In Greensboro, Deanna Reed, NABJ News.
City leaders say that even though winter is over, the bill from what Mother Nature left behind is still adding up.
Students at a Pennsylvania college went to class in bikinis and swim shorts, all to protest the fact that their spring break got canceled. There were way too many snow days in the town of Bethlehem this school year, so officials at Northampton College Community spoke to bring break up the class time.
Everyone is looking forward to the day we can officially say goodbye to the cold.
NABJ's Emmeline Victor is here. And Emmy, the calendar says spring, but you may not know that looking outside.
Well, Siobhan, we may just have to hold out a little bit longer. Forecasters say we'll see signs of spring earlier than usual due to climate change. NASA experts are predicting warmer and drier weather. Now, that could be bad news for the West Coast. No rain can cause another drought and even fires. And if we don't fall into an El Nino pattern, NASA says we won't have as much severe weather this year. We know students are waiting for the chance to break out in their flip-flops and their shorts, but as NABJ Siobhan Anderson found out, no one will be able to put away their jackets just yet.
Time is here. The sun is shining, and that has some Greensboro residents rejoicing.
Amen, hallelujah, yes.
But for others, it doesn't feel like spring at all. Changing temperatures can be very frustrating for local university students who have to walk to class through the elements.
Just Tuesday we were out of class because of the ice.
But the hint of warmer weather ahead has people like Taryn Miller already making outdoor plans.
I'll be outside playing on a court somewhere.
Sharif McAllister is excited about upcoming festivals and having to wear less clothing.
Pretty sure it's going to be more skin showing for a lot of females, so I'm ready to see that.
The calendar might say springtime, but folks we talk to might have to break out their winter jackets yet again because another winter storm is on its way and they're not happy about it.
Don't really like that, like at all.
Over at A&T, students have already missed nearly a half dozen days of class. They fear the next winter storm, expected to hit Tuesday, could make them miss even more.
It sucks because we're missing days of school and education that we pay for, but at the same time, you can't control the weather.
But you can certainly try, just like these landscapers still preparing for spring. In Greensboro, Siobhan Anderson, NABJ News.
The school has not made any changes to the academic calendar. The last day of classes remains May 9th. With your update, I'm Emmy Victor. Back to you.
Thanks, Emmy. A college campaign video featuring girls in bikinis has many people in shock. A student at San Diego State University thought recording half-naked classmates on a trampoline would help win an upcoming election. Others called the video offensive, sexist, and said it sent the wrong message. The student who created the controversial video ended up losing the election.
North Carolina A&T State University is one of the oldest land-grant institutions in the nation.
That's right. And this week, the school celebrated its 123rd year at its annual Founders Day convocation. NABJ's Larry McGill spoke exclusively with Chancellor Harold Martin Sr. about A&T's history.
Think about the history of North Carolina A&T State University, and chances are these guys right here, the Greensboro Four, will probably show up somewhere in the picture. But really, the history of A&T extends way beyond February 1st, 1960.
When you go back and reflect on the contributions and the periods of time those leaders led this institution, great progress was made by the institution.
A&T was founded as a historically black land-grant institution in 1891, so no one knows exactly who the founders were. But the need to recognize them is still strong. Although not many students attended, some who did told me they learned something.
It's kind of a day to reflect on where we came from and also a day to look forward on where we're going.
That's graduating senior Brandon Cousins. Cousins says the Founders Day message from A&T graduate U.S. Air Force Colonel Bruce Monroe rang true on a personal level.
He was talking about the Air Force values, integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. These are values I was raised on.
Chancellor Martin said Founders Day allows him to reaffirm his commitment to A&T. Reporting from North Carolina A&T State University, I'm Larry McGill, NABJ News.
A&T has more than 11,000 students. University officials say that makes it the second largest among the nation's land-grant institutions.
A 3-year-old boy is in the hospital after falling from a 3-story building. Coming up, come find out what saved his life.
Plus, why you could soon see a lot more of the mobile app that was once called too addictive.
The College of Arts and Sciences is the largest college at North Carolina A&T in terms of students, faculty, and number of courses taught. Our students gather to research the causes of climate change and meteorology, study human depression and social work and biology, and perform on Broadway. The university and community relax in the cradle of arts and sciences through WNAA, the University Gallery, our HD TV studio, and the award-winning University Marching Band. Visit us online.
Historical Minute, and I'm Alex Ravel. Bluford Library. To many students, the name is very familiar, but this is not the original Bluford Library. The original Bluford Library was built in 1955. The library was named after the university's third president, Ferdinand Douglass Bluford, who served from 1925 to 1955. The current Bluford Library, dedicated in 1991, cost $16 million. The library currently offers over 700,000 volumes and over 60,000 ebooks. The library also offers iPads, Kindles, e-readers, and more electronics to check out. On the second floor now contains a lounge for students to eat and drink in. The library is 153,000 square feet and can hold over 1,000 students comfortably. I'm Alex Ravel, and this has been the A&T Historical Minute.
WXII 12 News is the only station with a dedicated weather and traffic team committed to your family's safety, covering the entire triad, using the latest technology, showing up to the minute drive times and road conditions. WXII 12 News has cameras on every major roadway, giving you the first look at area roads, having the only local radar, Super Doppler 12, showing you how the weather will impact your commute. WXII 12 News has more resources committed to keeping you safe.
A baby dangling out of a third-story window is alive today, thanks to quick-thinking neighbors and a mattress. A couple was moving out of a nearby apartment and saw that the 3-year-old was going to fall. So they pulled a mattress under the window just in time. The parents didn't even know their child was in danger. He was taken to the hospital, but he's okay.
Food trucks may be familiar in cities like New York, D.C., and Chicago, but when it comes to the triad, they're still fairly new. NABJ's Jotori Bartel tells us how one local food truck owner got her start.
Has a colorful past with as much flavor as her food.
Back in 2000, and I served 87 months in Alderson, West Virginia federal prison camp. I met Martha Stewart. I actually taught the crochet class there.
Joni now works 12 hours a day at the Annie Ruth Wings and Things food truck on the corner of Bessemer Avenue. Since getting out of prison, she's saved money to open a business.
During that time, I received my GED, my cooking and catering, my cosmetology license, because I was determined to make a difference and actually change while I was incarcerated versus coming out and doing the same thing.
Joni isn't too proud of her troubled past. Instead, she hopes the city of Greensboro will focus on a future in her food.
I wanted to be known as Joni, the person that makes a difference in the community, the person that don't mind giving back, the person that sees a homeless person in the street and offers a job.
In Greensboro, Jotori Bartel, NABJ News.
You know, you could call March Madness March Sadness.
That's right, Julian. The tournament has been full of upsets, and there's still a slim chance that anyone still has a perfect bracket, including President Obama. Let's go to Deanna Reed to find out just how much that perfect bracket is worth.
Warren Buffett has added even more madness to this year's NCAA basketball tournament. He offered $1 billion to the person who can reach the Final Four with a perfect bracket. He's going to keep his money because no one is left in the running. And if your brackets are hitting a brick, chances are your wallet is too, especially when paying for food. Pizza places like Domino's and Papa John's are racking up record sales. Buffalo Wild Wings also says this is its second busiest time of the year behind football season. And so far, good reviews for a new drink just launched by Miami Heat star LeBron James. The two-time NBA champion unveiled his new Sprite 6 mix. It's a combination of his favorite flavors, cherry and orange, along with the traditional Sprite taste. Fans said it has a fruity flair, and Sprite says LeBron helped create it himself. I'm Deanna Reed with your sports report. Back to you, Julian.
Do you know what Oprah's first tweet was? Well, I don't either. But coming up, there is a way we can find out.
And we'll show you how a Wheel of Fortune moment made even Pat Sajak's jaw drop.
WXII 12 News is the only station with a dedicated weather and traffic team committed to your family's safety, covering the entire triad, using the latest technology, showing up to the minute drive times and road conditions. WXII 12 News has cameras on every major roadway, giving you the first look at area roads, having the only local radar, Super Doppler 12, showing you how the weather will impact your commute. WXII 12 News has more resources committed to keeping you safe.
is an A&T Historical Minute, and I am William Robson. The Corbett Sports Center opened December 3rd, 1978. It is named after Ellis F. Corbett, a 1931 graduate of A&T. Officially known as Mr. A&T, his official title was Sports Information Director. He performed many other roles on campus, including dorm counselor, and he was a member of the board in control of intercollegiate athletics. The three-story complex includes office space, classrooms, and 2 racquetball courts, in addition to an Olympic-sized swimming pool. Corbett also houses many of the human performance and leisure study courses at A&T. The Corbett Sports Center is the current home of the North Carolina A&T men and women's basketball teams and the swimming team. This has been a Historical Minute, and I am William Robson.
Are you a journalism student who wants to polish and perfect your journalistic skills? Then the NABJ Multimedia Short Course is the program for you. Held annually on the campus of North Carolina A&T State University, the NABJ Multimedia Short Course pairs students with professional mentors from the news industry to help them in their field of choice, whether it be shooting and editing, producing, reporting, anchoring, or even specializing in digital media. If you want to join next year's program, be sure to log on to nabj.org and keep watch for when the applications become available. The NABJ Multimedia Short Course, where journalism students learn what it takes to become professionals.
An annoying virtual bird that had millions of people glued to their smartphones is finally making a comeback.
NABJ's Jordan Carlisle is here with that hot topic and more. Jordan?
One of the most popular mobile games is about to make a comeback. The creator of Flappy Bird says he's putting his app back online. He pulled it back in February because he felt that too many people were addicted to it. But after complaints and even some threats, he's bringing Flappy Bird back. The creator says he doesn't know when he's going to put it back on this version. Testing, testing. Is this thing on? That was the first tweet ever sent out by Tom Hanks. Twitter, just found 8 years old, launched a new website to help users dig up their very first tweet. You can find your first tweet on first-tweets.com. It may be possible to predict winning lottery numbers. A mathematician says he's developed a scientific formula that can help you figure out what numbers are more likely to be drawn. He says he used past lottery drawings to develop an elaborate color-coded table. Some experts say you gotta be a mathematician to figure it out though. Check out the NABJ NCAT 14 page if you want to take a shot. Now back to you, Siobhan.
Thanks, Jordan. This weekend, Greensboro will celebrate its 206th birthday.
That's right, and to celebrate, the city will host several events. NABJ's Frederick Annette tells us more.
The year is 1808. Ralph Garreau purchased 42 acres of land to create what is now known as downtown Greensboro. Look at it now. The city of Greensboro has grown immensely since it was founded in 1808. This weekend, the Greensboro Historical Museum will host several events to commemorate the city's birthday. Community historian Linda Evans says that there will be something for everyone.
Saturday, March 22nd, we'll have guided tours, costumed actors, talks by experts, lots of refreshments, and specialty tours. You can get a guide to walk through the museum as well.
Throughout the Greensboro Historical Museum, you can see art and exhibits to show how Greensboro has evolved. Evans also says that race has been a major factor in Greensboro's history.
Greensboro sit-ins in 1960, and there's debate, contemporary issues today, where our perspectives are shaped by our upbringing and our race, and the community conversation seems to be shaped that way as well.
Events to commemorate Greensboro's history will continue throughout the weekend. From Greensboro, I'm Frederick Annette, NABJ News.
Greensboro used to end with the letters UGH. Ugh. It was shortened in 1895.
A Wheel of Fortune contestant may have pulled off one of the biggest wins in the game's history. He used only 2 letters to solve a puzzle in the bonus round. The winning guess came on less than 10 seconds. That lucky contestant picked up $45,000 from that puzzle, but went home with a grand total of $63,000. Thanks for watching NABJ News.
For much more, check us out on facebook.com/NABJ NCAT 14.